Why is Bollywood failing? A brutal answer by Varun Dhawan. That's the title of this video I'm checking out. A small clip from the Beer Biceps podcast with Varun Dhawan. If you haven't seen the original, I'll put the link description. You can check it out there. There's a reaction or a substitute. I'll be pausing there talking. So do mind that. And it'll be interesting what he has to say considering his new film is out, which is not out, which is coming out, and which is the remake of a South film. So it'll be interesting what he has to talk about it. I would say he kind of stands apart from his fellow people because he has been, recently, like he spent all his time, he cut his fee, in Bhedia so that money can be used on the VFX. He was so passionate about the project. So he's the person who's actually into the films he's really making, and want to put in the whole effort and be like to give his time, and it's not like he just wants more money and more films, just do it and remake, and like he's not that kind of a person. At least that's what I have understanding of him. But let's see what he has to say. By the way, channel membership is live. If you like the content, if you want to support the channel, you can become a member, get to watch such videos early, and some member only videos such as song reactions. To know more, click on the channel button and let's check this out.
What is an ideal decade for you in terms of the Hindi film industry going forward now? क्या बदलना चाहिए?
I think some voices need to come from different. Besides Bombay, some voices need to come in.
Yes.
Besides Mumbai.
Besides Bandra to Andheri.
Yeah. Besides cities, metropolitan cities,
Yep.
besides the big 4-5 cities, some voices need to come in. They have to come in from there.
Tier 2 representation चाहिए बॉलीवुड में.
100.
Effective.
Tier 2, Tier 3 भी चाहिए ही चाहिए.
But
I think that's something even Anurag Kashyap said, right? That like people sitting in the AC rooms are looking at life from the films they are watching. So what kind of depth they have of the world outside, and what they'll showcase that in the films, right? Like some of the films I really watch, like there's no nuance or subtext or any layering, even in the way the scene is shot. It feels so empty, it feels so depthless. There's no anchor in reality at all. Reality is not even that they're making a film, very fantastical film and all. No, it's based about a slice of life thing, but it's so far from reality. There's so many small things that happens in life, like, but yeah, no, like no one has that. Not no one, I would say that's not the right say. Not everyone, like most people working, like, so it has become so much like people within the industry, they live there, all the family people there, they spend, and even the writers who come from outside, they spend so much time there living. They also get in that bubble and they forget about the real life outside. So yeah, this needs to happen.
क्या ये होगा प्रैक्टिकली स्पीक? बहुत सारे जेंजीज है जो ये सुन रहे हैं.
होता तो था ना यार पहले.
अब क्यों नहीं हो रहा?
अब क्यों नहीं हो रहा है? क्योंकि बिकॉज आई थिंक अभी थोड़ा सा डिफिकल्ट हो गया है एंटर करना नहीं. अभी आप सोचो कि मैं फिल्म इंडस्ट्री की तरह एंटर करूं, मैं इन्फ्लुएंसर बनूं.
ओके.
जो सच बात है, मैं उधर ही कुछ शॉट डायरेक्ट करके डाल दूं, या मैं OTT पे चले जाऊं. ऑप्शंस आ गए ना अभी बीच में.
मतलब इन्फ्लुएंसर, कंटेंट क्रिएटर, एवरेज करियर स्पैन 3 साल का रहता है. एंड आई पर्सनली फील हमेशा एक कंटेंट क्रिएटर का करियर यूज करना चाहिए एज अ
stepping stone. But yeah, I think like Bhuvan is doing that.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's climbed now from where he was. He's climbed down. He has a series.
Yeah. I personally feel कि हमारे next David Dhawans, नितिश तिवारी's already at this point successful content creators हैं, और वही लोग आगे जाएंगे because ये audition tape है.
और भाई आगे जाना पड़ेगा. प्रॉब्लम क्या है कि I don't want to sound rude, but it might कि जितने भी लोग पावरफुल पोजीशंस में हैं उनकी एक उम्र हो गई है.
Yep.
हिंदी फिल्म इंडस्ट्री में
एक उम्र हो गई है. जो सबसे पावरफुल सिचुएशंस में है, जो रन कर रहे, बहुत सालों से वही कर रहे हैं. दे आर ओनली एट द हेल्म. अभी वो लोग शायद रिकग्नाइज नहीं कर रहे. एक होता है टू चेंज विद टाइम्स. हम सबको करना पड़ेगा वरना हम लोग रेलेवेंट नहीं रहेंगे. मैं भी नहीं रहूंगा अगर मैं नहीं.
I like that he understands that fact and he's in touch with reality.
करूंगा ये भी मेरा मजाक उड़ाते हैं. मैं नहीं करूंगा तो मैं भी रेलेवेंट नहीं रहूंगा. आप नहीं करेंगे तो आप भी नहीं रेलेवेंट रहेंगे. कल कोई 8 साल का बच्चा कर रहा होगा पॉडकास्ट.
Reinvention is very important, but reinvention gets difficult with age.
It does because you don't want to accept change.
प्लस आसपास एक echo chamber भी build हो जाता है. हर कोई ये कह रहा है कि नहीं, जो आप सोचो आप ही सही हो.
शायद वो भी सही है. अपन को लगता है अपन ही भगवान है. वो भी सही है ना. You have to go with your gut, but it's.
मैं जॉन इब्राहिम से बहुत सारी बातें करता हूँ इसी के बारे में. एंड जो आई फील कि especially जो stars हैं, they're very aware of the world now. I'm noticing
John's
that.
a great guy, bro. He's a great guy. He's a rare actor.
Yeah.
That we have in our industry.
Bro, ये बहुत external perspective है. I don't know if it'll make it. This is what I've noticed about the Hindi film industry from the outside. Feel free to disagree,
Yeah.
correct me, whatever. I feel कि आप सारे लोग ना आपकी intention सही है. I feel कि you're on the right track. But वो जो चाय से ज़्यादा केटली गरम
है वो है.
बहुत सारे yes men ये वो
But
है.
not for the bigger stars.
Yeah, that's how they become
जो-
big.
जो अपकमिंग होते हैं ना, या जो नहीं भी हुए हैं, उनके साथ ये सिंड्रोम है. जो ऑलरेडी एक स्टैचर पे है, उनके साथ ये नहीं है.
I mean, I can't.
I think that shows in their work also, right? Like a Shahrukh, Salman, I'm not that sure, but even Ajay Devgan, like he just does a film, works, doesn't work, he just moves on. Like he doesn't care about what to do next. Oh my God, just I think that's new age actors and new generation, and even some old generation who didn't change with time. And Shah Rukh Khan is still relevant. Is the reason. Amir Khan is just perfectionist, right? He just makes one film. He wants to make it perfect, the best way, and for him it has to be a better film than about image, putting his image there. So that also a big factor. And you need to reach that place where you can have that command and control over things. You need to have that power and financial freedom to actually pull it off. But for that you need to go there. But that's the problem. That's not happening.
Empathize with that reality क्योंकि वो भी एक crazy
yeah,
reality है.
बट आप बोल रहे हो जैसे शाहरुख खान हो, सलमान खान हो, आमिर खान हो, ये लोग डिलुलू नहीं है. They know क्या हुआ.
I'm talking also about the young people and the producers and all that. I've noticed this कि बहुत ज़्यादा yes men.
Obviously डिलुलू है वो. Obviously.
सारे obviously नहीं, this is not generalized, but
नहीं, सारे तो नहीं है पागल. But like for example now on this film I'm
okay, I get it why he said brutal.
on Baby John, I'm working with Atlee sir and Murad Bhai. Now they are family men. Murad Bhai has 2 sons. One is sitting here. He's a family guy. He's actually a family man, which is very refreshing. So he approaches everything from a family point of view. All dealings are family point of view. Atlee, he's just had a kid also. We are the same age. He's a guy from Tamil Nadu. He's come here. He has a different insight to the world here, to how things are going over here. But he's also aware that we need to be young. He's also but he's a younger guy now. So this is where I'm coming from. So he is also very aware that if we don't take a risk, we don't change stuff up, we are not going to excite people with the film.
हम 9 साल से podcasting कर रहे हैं.
हाँ.
After year 2, the journey was decided by data. हम comment section पढ़ते थे, analytics पढ़ते थे
अच्छा.
YouTube के, and then we able to predict कि अच्छा अगले.
But can't data be manipulated?
Not at such a large scale.
No, but you're saying y'all were not trying to mess around with the data at that point. If YouTube is also concerned, views are bought, likes are bought, comments are cleaned, not cleaned. Whether it's any corporation.
वो उनका एक constant ये clean up रहता है. So every December we actually see lots of unfollows, unsubscribe.
That's what.
It's a part of the thing. I'm saying
following an algo can also
Okay, this has gone in a different weird direction.
give you a wrong. No, I'm saying now, not to that time.
हम blindly data को trust नहीं करते, but we take it as a very highly weighted part of the decision.
Of an R&D, but you go with your gut a lot.
Yeah, वो artistic sensibility रहनी
but
चाहिए.
मैं वही बोल रहा हूँ यार, वो artistic purity. फर्स्ट थिंग आपने क्या किया जब मैं ऑफिस आया, आप मेरे को वो वॉर रूम में लेके गए, उधर आपके सारे जो लिखे गए थे, मोटिवेशन लिखे थे, वो क्या है, वो एक आर्टिस्टिक प्योरिटी है. जिस दिन वो रूम का वो जो लिखा हुआ है वो मिट गया ना, तो मेरे को लगता है सब मिट गया फिर. वो सबसे ज्यादा मेन है.
आई फील कि जो यूट्यूबर्स बहुत टाइम के लिए रेलेवेंट रहे हैं, उन सारों ने डेटा को यूज किया.
Who are the top 5 YouTubers in this country?
All time?
Yeah.
Bhuvan?
Yeah.
Ashish Chanchlani? Mostly Sen? Tanmay Bhatt?
Okay. Carrie maybe?
I'd say Dhruv Rathi.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, he's popular, so
Yeah.
you can't not say.
सारे डेटा ड्रिवन रहे हैं, एंड आई फील डेटा टेल्स यू लॉट अबाउट इंडिया, स्पेशली वर्ल्ड ऑडियंस. मैंने जानवी के साथ ये बात करी थी एक पॉडकास्ट पे.
She's come twice on your show, right?
मैंने उनसे कहा था कि अगले 3-4 सालों में डार्क फिल्में बहुत ज़्यादा चलेंगी. and that was based on my YouTube data. And वो theory fairly right निकली.
Yeah.
Horror comedies.
Yeah.
There's always a dark element that takes off. Or the films we talk about, even 12th Fail on some level is a darker film, emotionally speaking.
But I know this data, I can see the choice, but I'll still do comedies.
Yeah, instinct, right? Gut. Like the data is again the trend, right? That everyone is making horror comedy. People want to watch horror comedy. Let's make horror comedy. That's following the data blindly. Then that's what he's saying, right? No, if that's people just want horror dark films, I'll make a comedy. And suddenly comedy will go up because people like they wanted comedy for a long time. They didn't know that. Like there's nothing written there. There's no definition. But just do what you want to do. Don't think that everyone people don't want to watch it, or that's what people want to watch. That's make that. That's never the right thing.
As an artist, I would, and I'm doing Sunny Sanskari ki Tulsi Kumari after this with Janvi.
Yeah.
And I'm doing Hai Jawani To Ishq Hona Hai with my dad. Then I have
What a weird title, man.
Border 2. And then I have No Entry 2, which I'll do with Anis Bhai.
Love the border too.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. But the reason why I'll do comedies is because from within me as an artist, I want to make people laugh.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I want to entertain people. That's from day one. That's my thing. My motto has been this: that if I'm in a room and if I can make people enjoy and I can make them have a great time, then that is what I want to do.
Yeah.
I don't want to freak them out and be a like. I mean, I like to do these darker roles. I like to be a freak sometimes.
Baby John में भी थोड़ा darkness है.
Baby John में बहुत कुछ है. The subject that we are dealing with that's the reason I am doing the film, because.
Okay, I just finished watching Theory, so I know what they're talking about now.
The subject is so hard-hitting and it's so important for this country about being a parent or about women's safety. It's so important that how many ever films we make on it is less. How much we talk about it's less.
Yeah.
We need to make this, and being a girl dad, I'm going to say it, that we need to make this country safer for women. We just need to.
Yeah. Great cinema is always a reflection of society.
Yeah.
The first comment under this video I read was that it's a Hindi podcast, but 80% is of them talking is English. That's the problem with Bollywood. I don't think so. That is the only problem. That it's not about language. I think one thing I've noticed, like when he said comedy and David Dhawan comedies, like they'll have a rich, like the first thing is that big houses, and it will feel so weird and plasticky, and it will feel so fake, and it'll never feel real, like a person would ever live here. Like it'll be so extravagant, so much extra, which is the problem. And the other thing I thought was Hera Fairy. Why can we make comedies very grounded? Grounded as in like normal life. That's where these things are happening. There you can create comedy. Why it has to be a big house or abroad or this and that and create humor? Only that can create humor. Why? Maybe if the story demands it, then it makes sense. But no, most will be set only like this, just so you can have this big lavish dance songs there, and that combination, that the project you want to establish, or it's a big project, big hero, so let's have big songs, big this, big that. Everything becomes big and story is just very small. Kunal Khem is a person. He made a film called, I think, Jackpot. It was not Jackpot, Suitcase, a small film. Comedy is so good in that film. He lives in a chawl. It looks like he lives in a chawl. It feels that it's small in nature. He's a small person, and the way he creates comedy through that, it's so much fun. Even Madgaon Express, you say, it feels like these three kids wanted to go to Goa, could never, and then they finally went to Goa, and everything feels so. Yes, it's over the top, but it's funny, but it's grounded in a real setting. It's not fancy. I think that's something it's missing in most stories. Whichever story you're telling, there needs to be some groundedness you have to add, which is part of the world we are living in, which feels some relatable value. But yeah, it's a never-ending topic. Everyone can have their own thoughts about this. They shared there, and it was nice that for him to just openly say what he feels. No trying to not say. Of course, he didn't take any names, but not trying to sugarcoat. Everything is fine, like some other actress did, which I reacted to in this video, where she said everything is fine, everything is great. I don't know what you're talking about. So at least they are not Delulu. But what do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I will see you next time.